Hello and welcome back to Metroid Zero Mission. I am Solinus Dracone, and we're picking back up after the Ridley fight. I am doing something new in this video, where I'm recording my voice through Audacity, even though the game audio is still being fed in through Open Broadcaster. I'm doing this because I've actually had some feedback that the throat clearings and whatnot are a little distracting, and rightly so. I myself am a little bit, bothered by that. So I've managed to toy around with it to the point that I was able to, figure that out. That being said, would you believe that this is not the second, nor the first, but the third time I've actually tried to record this audio and record this stream at the same time. Both previous times, I just somehow did not record the stream. It was playing in preview, and just I played through the entire section thinking, oh, I'm making a great recording and I'm doing good commentary, and bam, I finish, and there is no video to accompany the audio. So I'm a little bit frustrated at that, but that's what comes with the growing pains of learning how to do this sort of a thing. That being stated, our mission here is to get up into Turian, take on Mother Brain, and finish out what was part of the OG Metroid. Okay. Uh-oh, the guide statue's been broken. So how am I supposed to know where to go, you ask? Well, I'm not, but this is pretty obvious right here. You're doing this to build up a run-up for your speed boost, and it's all to get through these walls and get down into the bomb booster. And this is just a lovely little shortcut back up through half of Norfair, and it gets you right to, honestly, where you want to be, which is this room right here. Now these guys, these are pretty much immortal. You're not going to be able to hit them with any weapon you have, but we have a new weapon. The Screw Attack. Screw Attack has been with us since the first Metroid game, and it is badass. Check this out. Immortal guys, no problem. You just have to get into your flip animation, and you can seriously just melt through everything. It's ridiculous. Also, there are certain blocks, like the ones I just plowed through, which will only break with the Screw Attack, and they'll be pretty obvious. If you hit them with a bomb, then they'll show a little Screw Attack icon. Even these guys can't stand up to the might of the Screw Attack, so it's real powerful. It supposedly is Samus's ultimate weapon, not counting the Hyper Beam from Super Metroid, but, this is still pretty damn good. There is nothing that this thing will not plow through. Practically. That guy. That was a practically. He got plowed through. Okay. So this is pretty much the same run-up as we've done before. I think I'd like to take a moment just to top off here. We've been through this escape route before, so it's not going to be a surprise what my next couple moves are going to be. So just pop up here and pop out a bomb block or a missile block there and ride the bomb launcher. You're gonna notice that the maps and such are not exactly the same as when I recorded coming through here the first time, and that's because I actually, when I finished the recording of my voice at the time, although I thought it was voice and video, I had actually overwritten the save state that got me from Kraid to Ridley, so I had to play through that whole section again. And I made sure to make another save state just for the after Ridley fight, because I've, again, 3 times having to have done this, I'm not going to play that over again. Every time I pause is basically when I'm clearing out a cough or clearing my throat and editing that out, so if you hear me make odd pauses, that's why. Pity me, my allergies. Anyways, yep, up the vertical shaft, and there's a shortcut up there that you can use. It was where I went before during the Kraid thing, where I was going for the Varia suit, where I pretty much just said, "Ah, screw it, we're gonna skip this," and that's you know, not gonna happen here. It just pops you out over here, and that's all there is to it. So there's not really much point to going through the second shaft to get all the way up to the top. So moving right along, everybody recognizes this area, right? I hope everybody recognizes this area. As the bosses are dead, these mouths will open, and you have a clear path into Torian. Alright, heading on down. Ooh. Metroids. Metroid larva, really. Oh my god, look out! Okay. Yeah, anybody who's played through Metroid 2 or even Metroid Fusion knows that Metroids do have several stages of evolution, and the one that we're all familiar with is just the larval stage. But still, they're badass enough. Now, the way to kill a Metroid is freeze them and then shoot 5 missiles into them. That's it. It's pretty simple. Well, to kill the Metroid larva. They're vulnerable to temperature attacks, like freezing especially, but and that's through all stages of the Metroid's life cycle, is that they're vulnerable to that. Here, the 5 missiles do not have to be all fired in the same freezing. When you freeze them once, if you only tagged them with 3 missiles, like we're going to show here, 1, 2, 3, let them unfreeze, 1, 2, bam. So you just have to collectively manage 5 missiles while they're frozen. Missiles will not do anything while they're not frozen, so just be mindful of that. And these guys, they are more beefed up than the original generation. They unfreeze like practically instantaneously, like within a couple seconds. Here on hard mode, you get barely enough time for a missile, let alone you know, all 5. So it's really they've made it a little bit more challenging. The Metroids are a much more ominous form here. Now, the original story holds that the Metroids were cloned by the space pirates by bombarding them with gamma radiation. It was then discovered, as per the storyline, that they do have a reproductive cycle, and actually there is a queen Metroid that lays the eggs. So just kind of an interesting thing to note that, you know, these are not organically grown Metroids. These are artificially generated Metroids, and thusly, no doubt, they're a little bit more aggressive, or if they're not more aggressive as a result, then they're just brought up for their aggression. As you can see, they're basically starved, and the space pirates apparently don't give a damn for each other's lives, because there they were feeding on a bunch of them. Or maybe Mother Brain sold them out. You never know. This room right here is a room you want to take with a bit of caution, on account of the fact that you have to blow those floors out. And blowing the floor out, which this one right below me, on either side there are going to be a Metroid or 2 to face. So you want to take them on one at a time if you can. It's going to save you a lot of pain and trouble. So yeah, there's 2 levels of it. And you can kind of tease the Metroids out to fighting you on your own terms, so to speak. Just as you have seen me trying to dank them out, if you will. If anybody's caught the danking reference from my Dark Souls playthrough, I sure hope they have. But that's the way to do it. Here is a pretty decent spot for recharging missiles and whatnot. I just blast back and forth with screw attack through these things. And since I'm not on a speed run, and I'm not worried about getting the best ending, then I'm just going to take a moment to stock up, just to get my missiles together. Because I'm going to need them for the fight ahead. Now again, I've mentioned before, in Metroid games, they punish you a little for using super missiles. And I'm going to kind of demonstrate, or I'm going to try to demonstrate anyways, in what way specifically you get punished in the Mother Brain fight. Another interesting point, the red doors, used to take 5 missiles to bust open, and they still do in Super Metroid, and in later iterations it was just 1 missile to open up the red doors. So, you know, that's a nice little touch. I think it was good on their part to realize, 5 missiles, you know, what's the point of it now? It was just a time sink before. Alright, enough talk. Have at you. Order of business number 1, bust out her casing. You are going to be bombarded from all sides in this room, so do your best not to get too crazy out of it. And I just switched to super missiles here. She's only vulnerable when she opens her eye, and she shoots out an eye laser. Now the thing is, with Mother Brain, is if she shoots out an eye laser and hits you with it, then her eye will close again immediately. Now the way that I'm being punished right now for using my super missiles is that she closes her eye right away as soon as she fires it, or as soon as I hit her. Whereas with the missiles, then I'm getting a good couple shots off. And I think collectively I'm doing a little bit more damage with the regular missiles than with the super missiles. At the very least, I have a better opportunity to do damage. So, okay, see, her eye remained open somehow. I think you really don't need super missiles to take on Mother Brain. I mean, she's just, you know, hit her with regular missiles. You saw me kind of jumping back and forth in that little corner spot there, and that's, you know, that was by design. Oh boy, here's me demonstrating a little bit of how this particular hallway can be treacherous. 3rd time in a row that I do this. This is the only time that I screw up a little bit on there. The worst thing to do here is just to hurry and rush and try to be fancy. You're gonna make mistakes, and when you do that, you're gonna fall down. Like right there, I was starting to hurry. So let me just remember my bearings, work my way up. Don't freak out. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay, not panicking anymore. Okay, so you got plenty of time to make it to the top. Just relax, breathe easy, take it slow. And you'll make it, don't worry. Whew. Watch this be the recording that makes it through, the one where I suck. Okay, so up through Criteria, which got little enough of attention in this game, although it does pretty much constitute the major kind of, shall we say, outer portion of the game. It featured quite a little bit more prominently in Super Metroid, and I thought it was a nice touch. So just jump into the ship, and away you go. Now, honestly, the game originally would have ended as soon as I went up the elevator out of that escape shaft, but this is the after portion. In here we see Samus in her Zero suit, and my god, look at that. Uh-oh, danger. Cut and run, cut and run. Dip and dodge, bob and weave. Whew, made it out of that one. Or did I? Ah! Oh noes. Oof, terrible landing. Look at that. Dat Zero suit. Oh my god, this is the one that stuck. The timing of my escape couldn't have been worse. I was attacked by space pirates and left nearly defenseless, stripped of my power suit. All I had for protection was my rather useless emergency pistol. Infiltrating the space pirate mothership so armed may have been foolish, but I had no choice. Could I survive long enough to escape? And here's here's your little loadout, and this is going to be the sight you see for a while. We are stripped down to the bone, and all we've got is this shitty little blaster. So, hopefully things will get better. In any case, this is where I'm going to cut it for right now. I thank you for watching. This is Solinus Dracone, and this has been Metroid Zero Mission.